Hey, YouTube, what's good? It's your boy, the American African, and today we're on day 15 of a 30-day water fast. You know, today's that midway day, and I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling pretty awesome. I can't really complain, and again, I'm just grateful. I'm getting good sleep, and that low energy I was feeling days ago is gone. You know, I got my energy back. I feel good. You know, when you're fasting and you have good energy, you know, it's like I'm not even fasting. You feel me? Whereas if I'm on low energy, I'll just keep thinking about it. Obviously, right? That's what you're supposed to do, because you always want to be healthy and feel good. So you know how we rocking. That morning concoction, and it doesn't get any easier. I've been drinking apple cider vinegar for a long time. Some people say, "Oh, take pills." For some reason, I don't know. My head just. I'm not gonna say it doesn't work. I'm just saying that I don't really feel it's the same thing. I've never tried it. I also don't really like pills, so I'm going with the cocktail, apple cider vinegar cocktail. Okay. Yeah, it literally doesn't get any easier. But it's like drinking acid, you know. So been I got a new bag of black coffee. You know, I made it. I'm gonna try drinking some later today. This coffee is called Caribou Blend. Okay, I'm sorry, Caribou Coffee, but it's Caribou Blend. I don't know. You know, I'm not a coffee person. I don't know shit about coffee, so it's just something to sip on while I'm fasting that don't taste like water. You know. I also bought some pink Himalayan salt. Now, when I used to fast, I used to take pink Himalayan salt. I never took table salt or any other type of salt, right? So when fasting hasn't been working for me, I start to think back to the way I used to fast, the original way I used to fast, right? Apple cider vinegar, pink Himalayan salt, potassium, magnesium. That's all I used to use. I didn't use, and B complex. That's all I used to use. So I'm going back to that to see if my energy is any different. What's the difference between pink Himalayan salt and regular table salt? You know, they say pink Himalayan salt has trace minerals and this, and that, right? I've always actually believed in it. It's just like, at some point, my pink Himalayan salt ran out, and I started thinking about iodine, how you can buy iodinized table salt, but I can't really find iodinized pink Himalayan salt that I trust. So I just kind of naturally swapped over to iodinized table salt. But I think I have to go back to pink Himalayan salt because I've never failed with it. So we're back on it, you know. Today when I make my snake juice, that's what I'll be putting in it. Pink Himalayan salt, apple cider vinegar, just a little bit of that, and potassium, magnesium, B complex. And I'll probably finish out my zinc. When I used to fast back in the day, I didn't used to use zinc, vitamin C, or vitamin D. I think I'm still kind of on the fence about vitamin D, vitamin C. This is the thing. Vitamin C makes my stomach run, right? So I've been pooping like the last 4 days. I even had the incident where I shat myself. So I know that's vitamin C, you feel me? Vitamin C, of course, is for the immune system. Vitamin D is also for the immune system. But I don't know that I need it while fasting. So I'm kind of on the fence, you know. It's kind of nice to poop though, but I didn't used to use it, and I used to fast just fine, even while taking Zevia, you know, like I used to, which will flush me. Although it only flushes electrolytes, but still. So, you know, I just been thinking about the original way I used to fast, and I'm trying to get back to that. And what I like about it is that I've tried something different. All right, I tried making different type of snake juices. And if I go back to my original formula and I fast successfully, I know for whatever reason that original formula works. Apple cider vinegar, pink Himalayan salt, B50 complex or B100, um, potassium, magnesium. So pretty much the sodium, potassium, magnesium, B complex, apple cider vinegar, water. So, the formula is pretty much is what it is. And what I like about that formula is that that's the original formula I found on Reddit. I've tested different things. I've tested fasted without anything, just pure water for 21 days. I tried fasted without apple cider vinegar, tried different types of snake juice. I've tried so many things, and I feel like for some reason, pink Himalayan salt might be the thing I was missing. I still have issues with muscle cramping though, so that's something else I have to figure out. But I think when I really think about it, this year I haven't exercised, so I'm gonna say it's due to a lack of exercise, right? I feel that if I was exercising the way I used to, that muscle cramping that I've been experiencing, I wouldn't have been experiencing it. I'm still experiencing it. Cramping up when I get in my car, cramping up when I do simple little things. I hate it. I have a confession. I've been taking, this is my pink Himalayan salt, right? Because, I haven't had it in a while. So what I did was, yesterday, I took a little bit. And I just, put my finger in it. I was like, it's so funny because it's just salt, right? I was like, this salt tastes better. It tastes better than regular salt. I don't know why. It's just salt, right? And then now I keep doing this. Just a little bit, right? And it's like, and for some reason I feel better. I haven't been taking a lot of salt on this water fast because, my blood pressure's high. I'm trying to get my blood pressure down. So naturally, I just said I'm gonna lay off on the salt. My blood pressure come down. When I have orthostatic hypotension, then I'll start adding salt. That's probably not the way to go. Try and do 30 days, but that's just how I'm feeling. So yeah, energy is good, sleep is good. I have I'm moody, but I have, what do you call it? I'm optimistic, I'm upbeat. I feel good. Like I generally feel good. The only thing that I'm missing right now is going outside. Letting that weather touch my skin, being in the sun. I'm also tired of all this. I want to cut it, but I don't want to reach low energy levels. Speaking of that, back in the day, years ago, when I used to water fast, 2020, 2021, I used to be able to do things like cut my hair, and it wouldn't really affect me. But now, just putting my hands over my head for too long, let's say 10 minutes plus, it just takes my energy. Maybe it's because my arms are heavier. I really don't know what's going on. But it's been like this for at least the past year. So hopefully, with time, I get my body back. I get my flexibility back. Hopefully I stop cramping up. I've been saying I'm gonna start stretching and working out. It's just that I'm in this time period where I still can't say I'm definitely gonna make it to 30 days. I'll tell you, I definitely want to make it for 30 days. Me pushing through that low energy I had days ago is proof of that. In the past year, I would have said, I don't like feeling like this. I would have broke my fast. And then I would have relapsed. Like the same amount of time I fasted, I would have binged. And then I would have tried again. But this time I said I'm pushing through it because at the end of the day, I know I'm going to go back to water fasting So I might as well just push through it as long as I feel healthy, as long as I don't feel like it's a critical situation or a very bad situation to be in. I might as well push through it because at some point I'm gonna have to push through a hurdle like this. You know, it comes naturally with extended water fasting. You know, every day can be a good day. You have days of sleep deprivation. You have days of low energy. You have days where you're not happy. You have days where you're just stupid sleepy. I remember last week how much I slept. You know, how much I slept. I never slept that much. I want to say in at least 5 years. So you go through periods like this while you're water fasting. It's normal. Water fasting is not normal. It's tough. It's hard. You know, if God's grace is with you, it's easy though. Like it's easy with God's grace. So yeah, I pray for God's grace and mercy as He continues to elevate me and help me push through this 30 days of water fasting. And it's, we'll say, second half of the year water fasting gauntlet. You know, every time I put my mind to it and I make a calendar for water fasting gauntlet, I usually stick to it. The only issue is that I usually only create the water fasting gauntlet when I've gained so much weight that I'm not comfortable with myself. I hate looking at myself in the mirror and seeing how much I went back. You know what I'm saying? That's usually when I started. But at least my wall is here and not at 600 pounds. That's what I'm grateful for. You know, I pray I never relapse. I pray I never completely relapse. And at this part of my journey, relapse, I know the word very well. I don't think since I've started my water fasting journey, I don't think I've had a year where I didn't relapse. That's just the truth. That's the truth. And I'm okay with that. I'm gonna keep working towards it. If this is really an addiction, right? And definitely it's at least an additive addiction. Definitely at least it's an additive addiction, right? Salt, sugar, and other sorts of things of that nature is definitely some sort of additive addiction that is the root cause, you know. Yesterday I was even thinking about what if I ate food and I didn't add any, I don't add sugar, but I didn't add any salt to my food. What if I just ate my food plain Jane? But then I thought about like, okay, but then when I go out, definitely that food has added stuff. And then once I eat that, I won't be able to come back home and eat plain food. So you see what I'm saying? I'm trying not to do anything too extreme that I can't commit to for life. So I'm still figuring out the way I'm gonna eat for success long term, something I can sustain. And the beauty is, through this 4+ years of my weight loss journey, I've cooked and tried so many different foods that I would have never tried and I hadn't tried before. So now it's as simple as looking at what has worked for me in the past 4+ years and pulling some of that into this lifestyle change, right? This diet change, right? So, you know, I know some things I can do when I need a simple, quick meal. I know good and healthy snacks. I know all of this. So now it's just a matter of how do I not overeat and binge? Because overeating is what causes weight gain. It's that simple. You eat more than you need, you gain weight. You eat less than you need, you may lose weight. That's kind of crazy, right? So the formula. In a perfect world, I would just be able to write down a plan for eating every day and stick to it religiously 95% of the time. You know what I'm saying? In a perfect world. But maybe like 80% of the time in a perfect world, because I don't think 95% is something I can consistently do forever. But like 80%, I can do that. That's 1 out of 5 times that I would go off the plan. So let's say in a week, it'd either be 1 or 2 times where I deviate. You know, some people might call that a cheat day. But for me, someone that's like dealing with what I'm dealing with, that would be a recipe for disaster. Having cheat days where I can eat anything. But what I could do is have days where I eat something different. I can't even say something that I really enjoy because that would lead to binging. That would lead to me overeating all over again. It's a vicious cycle. It's such a vicious cycle. You know, the cycle is pretty much like this. Lose weight, be happy. Start exercising, be happier. Still while eating healthy food, happiness. Slowly but surely, I'll find a healthy food like nuts that I will overeat. I'll still be happy, but I'll be gaining weight. But I'll also be putting on muscle. So it's not really a body image issue because my body's starting to look better. But it would be a scale issue, looking at the scale and seeing that I'm creeping up, even though I'm looking better. Decide, oh no, I have to get off these nuts, or I have to get off these apples, or too much avocado, or whatever is like really fattening that I'm really gorging on, right? Now, you know, I would be gaining weight and I'll start to get concerned. At some point, I would say, you know what, we're going to do something extreme like water fasting. But before I do it, let me have this thing. Eating that thing that was supposed to only last for a day or a meal will carry on because I start thinking of other things I want to have before I go into fasting or an extreme diet. You know, I'll gain more weight. I'll gain more weight. I'll gain more weight. I'll become very anxious. Almost like out of control, but it's all mental. No one can see it. It's all in my head. I would have gained too much weight back to water fasting or keto intermittent or carnivore or whatever. Vicious cycle. So what I want to learn, or because the truth is, 4 years in, I'm not in maintenance. So I'm still trying to learn me. So what I'm trying to see is like, how can I eat what I want to eat? Not everything I want to eat, but what I want to eat without relapsing. And I think I have two options: complete abstinence or have a little bit of what I like. A little bit of what I like. And this is willpower, right? Have a little bit of what I like so often that I never have to binge it or overeat it because I know it's coming. Most of the times when I binge or overeat, I'm saying to myself, have it now, but then don't have it ever again. And that leads to binging for me. But if I say, hey, this thing is all in your freezer, you can have it anytime, it's not going anywhere, I may be less likely to overdo it. It's something I have to experiment with. I hate to say it that 4+ years into my weight loss journey, all documented on YouTube, by the way, 4+ years into my weight loss journey, I'm still trying to learn myself and figure out what I can do permanently. I've villainized fast food before. I've villainized so many type of foods. But the food is not the problem. I have a problem within me. And rebuilding a relationship with food is willpower and it's psychological. And that's just the truth of obesity, is that it's all in the mind and in the stomach. Everyone else sees it outwardly, like look at how big you are, but it's all here. If you can control this long enough, you'll overcome being big. You won't overcome obesity so simply all the time. It may take a lot of work, because a lot of times when we lose a lot of weight, what we start thinking to ourselves, we did it. I did it. It's done. But it's far from the truth. Obesity, I guess, is kind of relatively new in the way that it's happening to the masses. It's only in the next 20, 30 years, because they say everyone in America is becoming obese, this, and that. It's only in the next 20 and 30 years where we see if as a society we will overcome it or if it's here to stay. If it's up to the food industry, it's here to stay. If it's up to the health industry, it's here to stay. But if the government actually takes control and takes action and like starts fighting food manufacturers and what they're adding to the food, the same way they're fighting car manufacturers and forcing them to go electric by 2035 and all this sort of stuff, if they would fight the food industry like that, I would say I have a lot of hope in America as far as health goes in the future, as a society, as the government goes. But based on, the trend, it's not going anywhere. So now imagine 100 million people like me trying to lose weight and keep it off on their own, going through going through their own individual weight loss journeys. It sounds hellish to me. Obesity causes too many issues, yo. Too many issues. In my own world, in my head, I'll figure out obesity, I'll defeat it, and I'll help people. But I can't even defeat it within myself. I'm still working. I'm still trying to figure out how can I eat and just be like a normal person. Just be happy and eating just a small amount of a nice thing. And it's like my mind is already altered. I can never go get something so small that's very tasty and just leave it at that for a long term. I won't even lie to myself and say I'm able to do it. I'll just say I'll figure out a way, a workaround. In our pain, we learn so much about ourselves and we think so deeply. If I didn't relapse like this, I would have thought I figured everything out and that's it. But this pain, looking at myself in the mirror, feeling the way I feel, cramps and this and that, it makes me feel it again. Like, this shit is hard. This shit is tough. This shit is not easy. It's your boy, American African. Grace, mercy is upon us. I'll catch you on the next video. It's day 15. I'll catch you on day 16. Peace.